Hey guys, so we are now on day 3 of the Accelerated Consultant Program. For the past 2 days, we really focused in on our whys. I really wanted you guys to concentrate on that because like I said before, our whys is the core of our business. It's the solid foundation of our business. It's what's going to hold everything together. It's what's going to keep us going on our lowest lows. And it is going to be that heartfelt middle core reason of why you do what you do. So I felt it was very, very important for us to start there. And I hope you guys have taken the last 24, 48 hours to really be able to reflect upon yourself and upon your business and really dig deep and find out why. So I want to focus on next something that's so important to our business, so important to our lives, because all of us, regardless if we are stay-at-home moms, regardless if we work full-time, if Cincy is our full-time, if Cincy is our part-time, whatever it may be, we all have work-life balance that we need to focus on. So I really want to focus in on that on day 3. So it can be hard because when you own your own business, you're going to have to make sacrifices for your business. You're going to have to sacrifice those things that are important to you. You're going to have to push some stuff to the side that maybe you wish you did not have to, but in order for you to put your business as a priority, you just have to make sacrifices sometimes. And unfortunately, that means sacrificing time with our family, our kids. If you're like me and you're a full-time mom and you work all the time and you're a wife, you really don't have friend time to hang out much anymore, but still having friends are important. And sometimes you have to push your friends aside. You've got to push things aside that you wish you did not have to. So I want to talk about work-life balance and how you can do some things and give you guys some tips and some pointers on some of the things I have done in my business. There's things that I wish I had started 8 years ago, but it took me down a learning path to realize and for me to open up my eyes and say, I can't Cincy all the time. I can't be at somebody else's beck and call besides my family's all the time. I have to put down my smartphone sometimes because the dinging and the ringing and the messages and everything from customers and team members, you just have to break away and get away from it. So my number one tip for you guys is to set business hours. Whether you are a new consultant just starting out or whether you have been a consultant and you feel me when you understand the importance of setting business hours, because you understand how stressful it can be sometimes if you just put Cincy first all the time. But you need to set business hours. So if you're just starting out, take my advice. When you set up that business page, or if you've already got a business page set up, go on that business page and set business hours so your customers will know. And make a post. And maybe pin it. Do it in your VIP group. Do it in your team pages. Do it on your personal Facebook wall. And let everyone know how much you appreciate their business. And from their support, your business is starting to grow. And you now have set business hours for your business. And let them know what that is. Let them know, like, my business hours is from 9 a.m. in the morning to 9 p.m. at night. If anybody messages me, that's including my team, my customers, any Cincy related stuff. If anybody sends me a text message, a Facebook message, a Marco Polo, which I need to get better at checking, or phone call, anything after 9 p.m. at night, Monday through Friday, chances are I'm not going to respond. It's going to be the next business day when I respond, when my store opens at 9 a.m. You have to think of Cincy as a storefront business. You have to think of this as if you were to have a storefront, an actual business, you would have hours for that business because you wouldn't be sleeping and staying there 24/7 at your business to have doors open for customers to come all hours of the night, would you? No. So you have to close your doors to your Cincy business at certain points. And those closed doors times, when your business is closed, that's your time for you to do whatever else you need to do. whether it's spend time with your family, help kids with homework, whatever the case may be. Just have chill time, time for you to be sleeping, whatever the case may be. Whenever your business closes, close the doors. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard because I know even after business hours, sometimes you just sit there and you chill and you have your phone in your hand anyway and you see that message pop up and you want to respond right then. It's hard not to. But if you start answering messages here and there after your business hours, you're going to come in a routine and your business hours are going to just kind of crumble and you're going to be back in the same position you were. So you have to be strict on yourself and you have to have that willpower to say, okay, my business is closed right now. I'm not going to respond until tomorrow. Especially for those questions that you get from team members or customers that you know they can find the answer to. One, if it's a customer, they can go to your personal website and see if you still have a Scentsy Buddy available. They can go to your personal website and check on a price of a product. They can go to your personal website and see what the holiday collection items are. They can look that stuff up themselves. So if it's a question or something that you know that someone can find on your website, a team member, if they can find it on the workstation, if they can find it on your team page, whatever the case may be, especially those questions, give them time to find it. Don't respond immediately, especially if it's after business hours. You have to be, and that's not being ugly. That's just self-care. That's taking care of you and your business. You have to do that. So setting business hours is super duper important. My second tip is to get your kids involved. If you're a mom and your kids are old enough to stick stickers on a piece of paper, let them stick stickers on your catalogs. Let them stick stickers on your Scentsy bars, your labels on your bars. Let them label things. Let them unpack your boxes while you are, if they come home from school and you're still at work and you know you had Scentsy delivered that day, tell them to unbox those boxes and have all the products sitting out on the counter or your kitchen table or wherever you set up your bag your orders at. Tell them to have that ready for when you get home from work. Let your kids be involved. Let them help you because you're not going to be able to do it all yourself. If you try to do it all yourself, you're going to drive yourself completely crazy. So let your kids be involved. Let your family be involved. Your husband, if you have nieces and nephews that live local, cousins, neighbors, babysitters, whatever the case may be. Teenagers love Scentsy, especially those that have a car, just started driving. I trade my niece all the time for car bars, for scent pods, different things. If you come over here and you label this for me, if you come over here and you bag these orders for me, I will give you scent pods, or I'll trade you $20 in Scentsy for doing this, or whatever the case may be. I do that all the time. I used to try to do it all myself, and sometimes I still find myself trying to do things myself because I love doing things my way, putting my orders in the bag, just right, bagging my orders. And she just puts them, when my niece does it, or either when my kids do it, they just separate the orders and put them in the bags and leave the bags open. They don't tie the bags up yet because they know I'm going to go in and add my stuff. But even just them unboxing the orders and having them sitting out, and when I get off work and I go downstairs and I do the orders myself with my kids already having the stuff out on the table, that saves me an extra 20 to 30 minutes because they've already unboxed everything. When I have my niece come over and help them bag stuff, separate orders with the order forms, and actually put stuff in bags and just have the bags sitting with the order forms stuffed inside, that saves me almost an hour of time. So time is precious. Time is limited, and something that we nowadays, a lot of us don't have a lot of time of. Even if you're a stay-at-home parent, my goodness, you're just as busy, if not busier, than those that still work full time, because you're at home. You have to take care of the home. You feel like it's your responsibility to keep that clean. You feel like it's your responsibility to have dinner ready. You've got to pick kids up from school, take kids to school, get kids dressed, help kids with homework. You might have a toddler or a baby still at home with you. You are a busy person. You don't have time to waste time. So find things in your business you can allow other people to help you do. And I promise you, it's not saying you're weak to ask for help. Honestly, I did not ask for help for a long time because I felt like I had a big old S on my shirt and I should be able to do everything myself. But I come to the point where I almost broke because I was trying to do it all myself. I was trying to be the perfect mom, the perfect wife, the perfect everything, and you cannot, because it will drive you crazy. So ask for help. My next tip, food is something that is important to us all, of course. Preparing meals for our family makes us feel, as a mom and as a wife, something that is a part of our duty. And even if you are a male and maybe you're the cook of the family, preparing your family meals is something that makes you feel like your house is a home. You all eat dinner together and that kind of thing. So a lot of times we get so busy and wrapped up, our family gets stuck eating sandwiches or frozen chicken nuggets, or maybe sandwich meat, salads, mac and cheese cups, whatever. We feel like we push our family to the side a lot because we are so focused in on our business, and we have things we do. We work full time, and then we have to get off and we have to do orders, or we have to do follow-ups, or we have to do a team call for our team training, or whatever the case may be. We feel like we have to put our sense in our business first all the time, that our family gets pushed to the side, especially when it comes to cooking meals for them and having a meal with our family. So something that I have started doing is I have picked 2 nights a week that I want to cook. And whenever I cook 2 nights a week, usually it's something that is going to be a leftover that we can eat at least one more night. So that's 4 nights out of the 5 that my family eats a meal. If they don't want leftovers, then they can fend for themselves. And we have one fend for ourselves night during the week, Monday through Friday, that we order pizza or do something else. You can also do easy crock pot meals. Go on Pinterest. Go on Yummly, YUMMLY.com. That is a great recipe site that gives you short and sweet recipes that is fast, maybe very easy. Freezable meals, stuff you can cook ahead of time and freeze and then just grab it out and it'll be done. PamperedChef.com has a lot of great recipes. I love Pampered Chef products. They have a lot of great recipes you can do, but find a routine that works for you, so that way you can cook the minimum amount of meals but yet also have the maximum amount of home cooked meals throughout the weeks. That way you can freeze or reuse the meat in something else or whatnot. So Yummly.com, Pinterest, PamperedChef.com, they're great sites for that. Be proactive, be prepared. Don't wait to the last minute to do things. That's another one of my tips. If you know you have an event coming up or a home show coming up, don't wait to the last minute to get your stuff together. Don't wait to the morning of the home party to get everything together and bagged up and catalogs done and all that. Be proactive. Do a little at a time along the way, because it will help. If you know that you have a team training coming up, be prepared with your notes. Be prepared. Think about what you want to talk about and be prepared. Whatever the case may be proactive in your business. Don't wait to the last minute to do something, because you're going to get stressed and get yourself worked up for no reason. So be proactive. Realsimple.com is another site that I love to use because it gives a lot of tips. It's a blog, but it gives a lot of tips on how to keep things simple at home and a lot of work-life balance tips. So Realsimple.com is a great site. Another thing I highly suggest is it's so important for us to not only have time for our children and our family as a whole, it's important for us to have single one-on-one time with our kids and single one-on-one time with our husbands, spouses, partners. As you guys know, your significant other needs that time with you. You need that time with them. It's so important for us as women, as men, to give our one-on-one undivided attention at least one night a month to our spouse or significant other, because we need that just as much as they need that. You don't want to lose that spark, and you don't want them to be rebellious about your business. You don't want them to say, you are spending way too much time with your business. That's your priority over me and your kids or whatever. You don't want that to happen, and it can happen so easily. So make sure you're taking the time out of your busy schedule and his or her busy schedule to make time for your significant other. Schedule that date night. Go ahead and get that niece or nephew or church member or grandma or grandpa or somebody to come over, or you take the kids somewhere that one night a week week, just so you can at least go eat dinner and enjoy 2 hours or so with them one-on-one. It's wonderful. You can have a weekend getaway, but if you can't escape for the weekend with them, then at least one date night. And if that date night is nothing but sending the kids off to grandma's house and you coming back home and you and him or her cuddling in the couch in the recliner and watching a movie, calling pizza in, and it just be y'all and y'all have a good night's rest, whatever, then do it. But make sure you do it at least one night a week. Same thing with spending that one-on-one time with your children. Set at least one day a month, if you can, to do something with just you and the kids, or as a family as a whole. Make sure you make time to do that. If it's nothing but going out in the yard an hour in the afternoon when they get home from school and playing soccer or riding on bikes with them, whatever the case may be, make sure you make time for your kids, because your family comes first. Your business is important, but your family is more important. So make sure you spend time with them. You want your children to grow up loving Scentsy as much as you love Scentsy, and you want them to be a part of your business now and a part of your business later, because hopefully one day I'm going to be able to leave behind a legacy, or maybe even add my daughter and my son as a partner to my business. Maybe they want to do Scentsy with me to help me, and then once I feel like I want to retire from it, they can just take over. So you want them to grow up loving it, not hating it. So make sure you make time for your family, your spouse, and your kids. Use the apps and different resources that Scentsy has made available. That's another tip that I wanted to talk with you about. Maven is a wonderful app that Scentsy has given us to do customer follow-up. For 8 years now, I have struggled trying to find a follow-up system that I actually love. I've tried the binder one. I have tried different ones. I am not a paper person. I cannot keep receipts in a file and move them and then move them back, and I just can't do it. They get lost. They get crumbled. My son has actually taken some of my receipts and they've played store and school with them, and they got big red and check marks and X's and all kinds of stuff all over them. So keeping paper around here does not work for me. I am not that organized of a person. So I was having 2 calendars, one calendar for my personal stuff and one calendar for my Scentsy stuff. And as I would close out a party, I would write on that calendar the day that I closed out. Let's say her name was Carrie, was the host. I would write Carrie's party, closed Karen's party. Maybe it was Friday. I closed Karen's party. So a week, the following week, on that following Friday, I would write follow up with Carrie's party. And so when I looked at that, I would go on my workstation on my computer or on my phone. I would get on the workstation and I would pull up Carrie's party and find who ordered from Carrie's party. Well, half the time, maybe I didn't have all the contact information to follow up with every single person that was in Carrie's party because they didn't provide an email or they didn't provide a phone number. Maybe they only provide a mailing address. So I would have to handwrite a note and send it to them, or contact Carrie and say, Carrie, do you have Maggie's cell phone number so I can text her to follow up with her? And if she didn't, she would have to get in touch with Maggie, and then Maggie would have to text her, then she would have to text me, and then I'd have to go back in the workstation, update my contacts, and it was just a freaking headache. Seriously. So Maven has just revamped the whole follow-up system. It sends me an alert, it dings on my phone, it shows me how many follow-ups I need to do. I'll go in there, it'll tell me who ordered what. It'll even give me a conversation that I can send to them. Thank you, Amy, for ordering Sunkissed Citrus Bar, White Tea and Cactus, Scent Circle, whatever. It will word the follow-up for me. I can change it if I want to change it, or I can just send it as it is. And it is wonderful to have that. So now I make sure that I have all of my contact information from all of my customers. Whenever they give me their order, I will go in and I will say, hey, I need your cell phone number so that way I can follow up with you after you get your order to make sure that everything is okay. and they'll give me their cell phone number, so I'll key it in, and it automatically transfers everything from the workstation over to Maven. So be proactive on getting customer information when they give you your number, so that way whenever it comes time to follow up, you'll have it. And also for host, once I collect orders, before I even enter the orders in, I look at my order forms. If it's a basket party, I do mainly basket and tote parties. So when I get my stuff back, if I see the host don't have everything filled out completely, I'll go ahead and text that host right then, and I'll say, I need, and list the names, these people's cell phone numbers. So she'll give them to me. Cell phone numbers and email addresses. They're the two things you always want to get. Cell phone and email. Email is important because they'll get your newsletter. Cell phone is important so you can follow up, whether it's call or text. I love text follow-ups or voice follow-ups, or even I do cute little, my Snapchat. My brain went dead for a second there. Snapchat follow-ups. Do a cute little funny thing to follow up, just to be whatever type of mood I'm in that day is what I do. So be proactive and get customer contact information, and use Maven. Take advantage of all the other resources on the workstation that Scentsy has given us, flyers and different things or whatnot, pictures and that kind of thing. Use what Scentsy has given us. So keep things simple and use what Scentsy has given us, because when you take advantage of the resources that Scentsy has given us, Maven follow-up app, the picture app that we can use that Scentsy has, Photify I believe it's called. There's so many different things that Scentsy does to simplify our business for us, and we need to take advantage of that because it will help us out so much. You want to work smarter, not harder. Sorry, my husband's pulling up and the dog hears us, he's barking, but you want to work smarter and not harder. So I hope that some of these tips really helped you guys to see how important it is to have that work-life balance. There's so many more tips on realsimple.com, and Allison Dalkey did a great work-life balance training on her page that she does, so make sure that you check that out too, and I'll actually post that link in the comments below so you can watch that as well. That is a bit longer video, but you can watch it as you need to, but make sure that you do watch that because she gives wonderful tips. But these are just a few tips that I wanted to give you guys for work-life balance. So I hope this helps, and I will talk with you guys later. Y'all doing an amazing job, and have a great day.